Last month, I got 12 buyer leads directly from TikTok, and I didn't pay a single dime for any of those leads. So today I want to share with you exactly how I did that and the videos that I made that drove almost all of that traffic. Now, I'm not here to say that TikTok is some magic lead machine, because I have an account that's only got about 4,200 followers as of me recording this video, and that's not a massive account by any means. What I'm here to share is that TikTok can actually add to your business and help you grow even more, and you don't really need that massive following. You just need to be consistent with posting as well as be specific with your content. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you why I choose TikTok, the videos I make, what happens to get these folks to reach out to me, and what happens after they reach out. And if you stick around to the end, I'm even going to share some of my metrics that you might want to look at even as a small account owner, because let's face it, I'm not that much further ahead than you, and you may be even further ahead than me and have a lot more followers. But before we get to all the fun details, if we have not met yet, my name is Brock. I'm a real estate agent here in San Antonio, and my goal with this channel is to share my journey of building a predictable real estate business using social media and video content to do just that, as well as some other strategies that I have implemented. I'm going to be sharing some of those in future videos, but with that, make sure to hit that subscribe button if that's something you want to do, and hopefully this helps you grow your own business too. I hope that I'm inspiring you to, build your own business through social media if that's what you're looking to do. And if you are looking to partner up or just have some of my help, or if you want a mastermind, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find all of my contact information down below in the description. Okay, so why am I choosing TikTok as a platform? And as a side note, it's not my only platform that I'm choosing, but I like it for a number of reasons. First of all, there are a lot of people on TikTok that are just scrolling through and looking at a ton of video content. So I'm trying to be where the people are at and share all sorts of information that they might want to look at. Second of all, TikTok is a platform that a lot of people look to for answers, right? So it's becoming a search-based platform, and it's also a lot of interest-based platform, as Gary Vee likes to put it. And these folks that are on TikTok usually have a For You page, right, that has videos that's catered to their interests. So if someone starts going in there looking to buy a house and like, how do I buy a house in your market? Hopefully your videos, if you're making some, will start popping up. I know that's what's been happening with a lot of my videos. Now, with TikTok, it's not really evergreen like YouTube is, and I'll talk about YouTube in a separate video because that is another platform I am using. However, TikTok has like a short lifespan with their videos. So with this, you do have to make some of the same content topics over and over again to reach new audiences, but that is one thing I don't mind doing, because at the end of the day, these videos that you're making in the short form space shouldn't take you a long time. In fact, I'll share a little bit more information on how many videos I'm making, but on average, I can make a video in about 2 to 5 minutes, if not less, and I can get that video out really quick and get some information out. Also, it's kind of really good to kind of share a more in the moment thought or in the moment topic that someone might be interested in learning about. I also like it because it's not a whole lot of editing that's needed to be involved in these videos, and it's really easy to pull up your phone wherever you're at, film a video for a couple of minutes, maybe add some text on the screen, and then just publish that video and let it get out there. The thing with TikTok is it doesn't need to be polished. People aren't expecting it to be polished, and honestly, if they're looking at the video and they see a high production value, they might actually just scroll past it. Now, there are some really good real estate videos out there that are highly polished and look great, and they get a lot of attention out there, but at the end of the day, it's more real and more raw, and so it's easy to just kind of get in front of the camera, no matter the shirt you're wearing. You don't have to dress up super nice for it. Most of my videos I'll share towards the end of this video on my TikTok page there, and you'll see that I wear a lot of t-shirts just like the one I'm wearing right now. In fact, you're going to see some videos I made from today wearing this exact t-shirt here, so just stick around for that. We're going to share some more information coming up soon. And another great thing with TikTok is the fact that you don't need a huge audience to build a business and see some real results and get some deals done from the folks that are watching your videos out there. A lot of these videos are going to cater to your local market and folks that are looking for the things that you are talking about in your videos. So what do I actually post on TikTok? Well, before we even get into what I'm actually posting on the platform, I tend to post 1 to 3 times per day. I try to get at least 1 video out per day, and I aim for at least 3 videos per day. Sometimes I'm feeling good and I make 4 or 5 videos in a single day, but I want to stay with at least 1 video per day because that kind of helps boost you in the algorithm, and it trains it to know that you're active on the platform and actively pushing out content that people want to see. Now, the more videos you push out there, the more opportunities you have to get in front of your ideal client and your audience that you're trying to cater to. And with that, my audience, my niche rather, and hopefully you have a niche out there too, but my niche is a couple of different things. My primary niche is of course going to be new construction home sales here in the San Antonio area. So a lot of my videos are about about new construction. Actually, that's probably a majority of the content in my TikTok videos there. It's talking about the new construction space, right? I'm sharing, homes that are on sale with good deals and good incentives. I'm sharing different price points across town, even doing home tours. And so I will go out to a community and film a walkthrough of the home. Sometimes I'll do like a voiceover and talk about that house, or sometimes I'll just have some background music and pop up different things on the screen. So it really just depends, but a lot of me is just sitting at my desk. In fact, it's just me sitting in this exact chair and talking to the camera. Usually it's something that just came to my mind that I feel like sharing. Sometimes it's like a little known fact. Sometimes it's answering a question that a client gave me and now I'm making a video out of it. So there's all sorts of different things that you can do here. But first of all, I recommend choosing a niche and kind of focusing on that niche. Now, when you choose a niche, you're not really excluding everyone else, right? Just because I talk about new construction home sales doesn't mean that I find people who want to buy land. It doesn't mean some of the leads I get want to go buy an existing house. I find everybody, especially those that are looking for new construction homes to buy, that's kind of the primary client I've been attracting through there. But I do have clients that find me through there that are like, hey, I like your content, I like your style, I want to work with you, but I'm not looking for a new home. And that's quite all right by me, right? I don't tell them to go find another agent, because at the end of the day, my goal is to generate leads and stuff for myself and my business here. Now, another one of my niches here is talking about VA loans. So the other content I talk about is using a VA home loan to buy a house. And sometimes I'll talk about specifically buying a new construction house. Sometimes I tie it to an existing house, but the overall theme with the VA loan stuff is specifically with the VA home loan. Now, again, a lot of my videos are just talking head, sitting exactly as I am here in this chair. Sometimes I'm in my vehicle and I'm, stopped waiting for a client, and so I make a quick video in my truck. And even more recently, some of my like filler posts when I'm not feeling super creative to make another video, I'll actually have a photo carousel. And so I either use AI to help create the photo carousel, or I'll actually have just photos that I've taken from the new construction homes I've toured, and I'll put some information on it. It may be something I've talked about in a video, right? So if I'm talking about the best home builders here in the area, maybe I just have like, a couple of photos of the different builders that I like, and I pop up the name of the builder on there with a little bit of information about them, or whatever it may be. It may be just a generic photo with some information about buying a new construction house, even if it's not that specific builder. So that's something I've been playing with, and it's been seeing some pretty good results as well. All right, so let's talk about the videos that have been doing very well for me on my channel, and that's been generating most of the leads that are coming through. Now, in general, I've been fairly consistent, so the algorithm knows that I'm making videos, and it's been pushing it out to audiences that are interested in the things I'm talking about. So that has helped a little bit to have that momentum. And if you're just starting out, don't expect your first 10, 30, even 50, or even 100 videos to really get a whole lot of traction. It takes a while to build that momentum and kind of get out into the algorithm. Now, maybe you get lucky and have one of those that go viral, as they like to say, and does very well, gets lots of attention and helps grow your account very fast. I have been very inconsistent and not growing my channel or my page like it should have been, but as I've been a lot more consistent this year, it's been growing a lot faster than I've expected, and that's really good to see. But some of the videos that have been really getting a lot of the engagement is stuff that's more controversial, right? So like I talked about a minute ago, I like to talk about the new construction homes here in the space, and in San Antonio, we have dozens of builders all over the San Antonio area. And so I really get to talk about the comparisons of the builders, right? So some of those videos that are getting the most engagement are when I talk about like the top 5 builders, right? One of my videos that you will see when I share my screen in just a moment is a topic that is the top 5 builders in San Antonio for first-time homebuyers. Now, that's a very specific title that's across it, and that's what I say towards the beginning of the video, but it's one of my most viewed videos. And even more recently, I posted a video about the top 5 builders to avoid, right? Kind of saying like these are my least favorite builders. And in those videos, I'm not really bashing other builders. Now, I do say they're not my favorite. I don't think they have the best quality, and give my honest opinion and thoughts behind it. But I'm not saying this is an absolutely terrible builder, never buy from this one, and like doing anything that would get me in trouble, right? But these videos have an opinion one way or the other, and it's getting attention because people have an opposite viewpoint of what I'm sharing in those videos, or even some people agree with my viewpoints. And so it's driving engagement. You get people arguing back and forth in the comment section, and it's just great to drive that engagement. And so those videos are the ones that have been really doing the most for my channel and really growing them. And I'll share some more details in a moment when I share my screen. But those are the videos that I would recommend if you're looking at the new construction space, is talking about the top 5 builders for first-time home buyers, or the top 5 builders in this suburb, or the worst 5 builders, or like the ones to avoid, kind of like that topic. But in that, it gets lots of engagement. Lots of people start trusting you, especially when you're given a valid opinion and you're not trying to be biased and be like, well, I know that builder's bad, but they're good for you, like you don't want to be, you want to speak your opinion, your honest opinion about the builder. And honestly, the truth is one of those things that those people resonate with. I even have some comments in some of those videos where people are like, thank you for this. This is really great. I think this is a really helpful video for myself, because you never know what stage of the process someone is in. There might be someone who's got a lot of experience buying homes, even if it's not new construction. And so they've been around the block, they've heard these things about these builders, or maybe they've done their own research. And so there's the other people too that are just beginning their journey and have no knowledge about any of these builders. So being that kind of beacon of light, or that expert in whatever space that you're choosing to be in, is going to be what helps drive that trust, and then eventually lead them to reach out whenever they're ready for your help. Now, what happens when that lead actually comes in from TikTok? Well, most of the time, these people are reaching out to me through my DMs, right? So they'll see my videos, whether it's just one of my videos or however many that they've been watching, and they'll reach out and say, hey, I'm thinking about buying a house, or I need your help to buy a house, or what do you think about this builder? And usually that naturally starts leading into a point where I invite them to either meet me in person or get on a Zoom call so that I can have a buyer's consultation. So that's kind of one of the things I like to do, is kind of answer a few questions right up front and then try to meet with them if they're really serious about buying a house, right? Of course, we need to do a call so that we can do our initial call with them and get a buyer's representation agreement signed. Obviously, we also need to learn about their time frame when they're wanting to buy a house and what they're looking for, and figure out everything that they are looking for so we can best assist them as a real estate professional and help them find their next house. Now, a lot of this work is manual work, so sometimes I'll be responding to folks later in the evening. I'll message them when I'm taking a lunch break or in between showings or whatever it may be. I just kind of respond to those folks in my DMs whenever I have the ability to do so. I've even messaged people at like 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, but am I going to text a client that late in the day? No, but with social media, I feel like it's a little bit more acceptable to message late at night or early in the morning, depending on your schedule there. And people can respond whenever they're ready to respond, right? Whereas I think if people get a text message late at night or super early in the morning, maybe they're not as keen to respond to it right away, or maybe get a little upset about it. I know everyone's different on that, but I feel like with social media, it's a little bit more acceptable to message at random times in the day or night, whenever you have the time available. Now, with a lot of these leads on TikTok, they seem to be more ready to go ahead and find a house. Some of them have been in situations where they need to work on their credit or build up a little bit more savings. I also tend to get a lot of folks who are leasing a house or an apartment, so they've got to wait for their lease to go out before they can buy a house. And so some of these timelines are fairly quick, right? I've had some people that are ready to go within the next 30 to 60 days, and we're under contract pretty quickly, and they're into their new house. I do have several clients right now that I am working with that are looking about 6 to 8 months out from now. And so I've got, some follow-up plan to reach out to them over the months to kind of just see how things are going and help them along the way. And then when it's time to go find a house, help them at that point. So just know, just about like any other lead out there, they're going to have different timelines based on their needs and what they're looking for. But with some of these leads that have leases, I know there are builders here in my market that will help with lease buyouts. So I don't try to push them to end their lease early if that's not what they're wanting to do, but I do kind of mention it in case it sparks some curiosity or is a potential option for them, because I know that these builders out there are able to help out in some form or fashion to help cover that fee to break their lease, and it makes for an easier transaction. It makes it for an easier move if that client is, ready and willing to take that leap and break the lease and use the builder's money to break that. Because I know a lot of leads that have that case, just the cost to break that lease is kind of what's holding them back and kind of keeping them in there. So kind of mentioning it kind of sparks that curiosity of, oh, if I find the house I like and we can get the builder to do this, I'm willing to do that because it's not costing me any extra. So that's just, a pure example of how I convert a little bit of my leads a little bit faster if they're in that specific scenario. But for the most part, you're going to find leads of all different time frames and needs and wants. I was actually doing a TikTok live video a few months ago, and I was just answering some questions and talking about new construction homes and all using your VA loan. There was actually someone who hopped into my live. I don't know how long they were in there, but they had a couple of questions, and then they said they were going to reach out. So they actually sent me an email the next day, and it turns out that they are, a high price point buyer. So here in my market, the median price is about $330,000, and this buyer was looking at $750,000 all the way up to $1 million in that price range for their next house. So the social media media power is out there and it's useful. You can build some really good business out there. And also too, as a little side note, what I'm seeing with the audience is that it's all over the place. Of course, there are the younger folks in their early to mid to late 20s that are looking to buy their first house. And then like that client that I just mentioned with the higher price budget there, they're in their 50s and they have kids who are, actively serving in the military. So obviously they're at least 18 to 20 years old at this point. And so there's people of all different age ranges out there. And just know that you don't know who's on the other end of that profile name, and you don't know who is out there watching your content that might be reaching out for your help soon. All right, so now I'm going to actually share my screen, kind of like I've been mentioning this whole time, and I want to share with you my numbers and what's happening so you can see that the proof is in the pudding. And of course, you can look at this on your own and see what my updated numbers are. But as you can see, I've got 4,274 followers at the time of me filming this video. I don't know how many videos I've made, but I've made quite a few videos. I actually went back and I've been making videos since 2021 very inconsistently. But as you can see, here are the two videos I've made today because I'm wearing the same shirt. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I made these 3 videos. So you can even see I've skipped some days. Maybe I've only made 1 video in a day. You can see a couple where I've made 2 or 3. But what I want to show here is just a few videos, right? Like you can see these 3 pinned videos, and I pinned them because they were gaining a lot of attention. And at the time that I pinned them, they were 3 of my highest viewed videos that I thought were useful, right? So this one right here on the top left is about the top 5 builders in San Antonio for first-time homebuyers. You can see it's got 109,000 views on it. These are the top 5 builders. Sorry about that. See, but you can see the engagement. I've gotten, let me move myself around, but you can see over here on the right hand side, I've gotten 388 new followers from this video, and you can see, some of the other metrics and what they're looking for on it. But if I go back, one of my other videos, just go back to the profile. One of my other is a builder specific video, right? It got 40,000 views. Is Lennar good for first time home buyers? Very controversial. A lot of people know that Lennar Homes is not the greatest, at least here in the San Antonio area. And so it got a lot of engagement. That's the exact reason why I made that video, is because I knew it was going to get some engagement. This one right here is the best home builders under $300,000. You can see 24,000 views. It's not as many views as the other ones, but it got a lot of attention. It actually generated me a couple of specific leads. I know the one with the 109 views over here on the left hand side was one of those that generated a handful of leads from it. Now, this one here where I'm in the purple shirt, you can see it got almost 74,000 views on it. It's titled, "These are the new home builders in San Antonio you should avoid." So this is as of maybe a little over a week ago from the time of me filming this video, and it's gotten a lot of engagement. There's a lot of people in there that are like, well, I don't agree with that builder being a bad one, and I think you forgot this one, and all home builders are terrible and use bad materials, or whatever their thoughts and opinions are. So it's gotten a lot of engagement. But let's see if
one of the most commonly asked questions.
Some of that, you can see 226 new followers, and it was posted on June 11th, and at the time of me filming this video, it's June 18th, so exactly a week ago. You can see almost 4,100 comments and all sorts of stuff. So it's really one of those videos that's been getting a lot of engagement from the folks out there looking at something like that, whether they're actually looking to buy a house or not. It is just one of those things. Now, again, I mentioned I was playing with some photo posts, so this is one of those posts where I just had a video, some photos in my camera roll that I pulled. I actually went to builder websites to pull some of these photos down, and so you saw on the first one, it's just a picture of
this right here. Was the bigger point I was wanting to drive home with the
but it's just a photo of me. I know people like cars, I like cars, so I just took a photo of me as kind of the first here. And then as you can see, it just, well, can you see? Let's see. It's just a photo carousel of builders, and I didn't put any information as to why these builders are great on that photos. It was just a photo of the house that I wanted to share, and I thought it was, helpful, and in the caption I put a little bit more information, but it wasn't a ton of information. But as you can see, 586 likes. It's gotten some questions here that I probably need to go answer and respond to, but again, it's one of those videos that I knew I was going to get some engagement. Now, this one here, that I've got my cursor on, as well as this one here. Those are also photo carousels. I've used AI to generate those photo carousels. If you want more information on how to do this, just leave a comment in the down below in the comment section, and I can make a video on what I'm doing with that specifically, but I don't want to get too distracted here. But overall, these videos, as you can see, and if you want to go to my page and see what I'm currently doing, these videos are building trust with my audience. So as you can see there's a lot of videos that I'm making on a regular basis. Almost all of those videos you saw on my screen were about new construction homes in the San Antonio area. And these videos, even if I only get a couple of hundred views on them, it's building some trust with the audience that's watching them, right? I'm starting to see some of the similar names that are liking and commenting on my posts. And so that's good because I know they're coming back to watch my videos. The algorithm is pushing my videos back onto their feed to watch because they're still interested in that topic. And it's helping build that trust factor. And the ones that get thousands of views, even tens of thousands of views, of course, are generating a little bit more business because they're getting more eyeballs on it. But at the end of the day, you could have a video that does 200 to 300 views, and you just need the one person who sees that video, that resonates with you and finds it useful, that wants to reach out to you. So make sure to also include like a call to action in your videos, because people need to be told what to do. So if you don't say, hey, reach out to me. If you're looking to buy a house in San Antonio, reach out to me, send me a DM, or find my phone number and text me. People won't think to do that necessarily, and it kind of seems illogical, but you need to tell them what to do so that they can actually do it and reach out to you and you can help them. So I know my account is relatively small, at least in my eyes. I mean, I know there's lots of influence out there with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. So that's why I say it's still small, but these numbers are going to look totally different in 6 months as I continue to, make content and grow that account. So hopefully you feel inspired there to make a little bit of videos. I know it was a lot of information, so I'm hoping you feel some sort of inspiration to go out there and make some videos, because even if you scroll through some of my first videos, they're terrible quality. I still don't like them, but they're up there for myself as a reminder of where I started and where I'm going. You only get better with time. You're not going to be great at your first video, so just get out there, start making those videos, because it will help grow your account, and just stay consistent and stay specific to your niche that you want to focus on. You can talk about whatever niche that you want to talk about out there, and you're going to find an audience. So as a quick recap, I'm making 1 to 3 videos per day for TikTok, and I'm talking about new construction homes for sale and the process of buying them, sharing some home tours, and I'm even sharing information about using a VA home loan to purchase homes here in the San Antonio area. With this, I'm generating about 10 to 15 leads per month, and of course, some of those fall through the cracks and don't turn into closed deals. That's quite all right. That's why leads are a number game, and TikTok is not my only source of leads. In some future videos, I will be sharing what I'm doing on YouTube, as well as some other strategies I'm implementing to generate additional leads outside of TikTok. So if that's something that you want to learn about, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I make those videos for you guys to learn from me. So if you're a real estate agent looking to grow your business and build a predictable real estate business along with me, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to answer any questions, and I would love for you to join me on this journey and see what we can do together to build our businesses so that we can be successful together. I know there's a lot of agents out there that kind of show things after the fact, so that's why I'm trying to share this, why my accounts are still growing, and why I'm trying to figure this all out and be consistent at the same time. So let me know what questions you have, drop any comments down below, and if you are looking for some help, my contact information is down below in the description, and I would love to sit down with you and learn more about your business and how I can help you as well. So don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help you guys, and with that, I hope you guys have an incredible day, and I'll see you in the next video.